Deranged liberal Michael Moore pushes new theory about Trump, demands his immediate removal. Like many liberal celebrities, Michael Moore is outraged over the success of President Donald Trump. Instead of coming back to reality, Moore has pushed one insane theory after another. He took to Twitter to spew his latest, bizarre attack on the POTUS. Now, he is demanding Trump's removal from office. These days, it's hard to separate parody from reality. Mostly because liberals have completely lost their minds. From lawmakers to comedians, Democrats have jumped into the deep end, out of their hatred of Donald Trump. You'd think these Americans would be happy to see the overwhelmingly positive changes Trump has made to our country. Many Americans are working and getting paid good wages. The economy is soaring. Jobs are coming back. ISIS is getting wiped out. And we are close to peace with North Korea. That's not to mention numerous other successes. I guess liberal celebrities never really cared about the well-being of Americans. At the very time that we are doing so well, they claim the sky is falling. Perhaps no one has been more deranged than Michael Moore. Okay, Rosie O'Donnell gives him a run for his money, but Moore has been one of the most outspoken critics of President Trump. You'll remember Moore backed a violent riot on Inauguration Day. This filmmaker actually believed he could stop Trump's lawful swearing in as president, by throwing a temper tantrum in the streets of D.C. Of course, Disrupt 20 did not stop the inauguration. It did, however, destroy massive amounts of private property, including the limo of a Muslim immigrant. Good job, Mike. Michael Moore hasn't learned since then. He continues to attack Donald Trump, even as the president wins for America. Moore is becoming more and more unhinged in his attacks on the president. The aging filmmaker might need to see a doctor because his grasp on reality is weakening. His latest theory about Trump is batshit crazy. Yet he still uses it to call for Trump's removal. Is he joking? Does Michael Moore really believe the insane things he says? I'd be quick to say this was simply a sarcastic comment made in poor taste if it was coming from anyone other than Moore. Yet his track record over the last 2 years proves otherwise. Moore fancies himself the leader of the resistance, which these days amounts to a few powerless lawmakers and a bunch of Antifa members soon to end up in prison. Moore is a renowned socialist who wants to turn America into a failed state, much like Venezuela. Considering how unhinged most of his comments are lately, I'm sure he fully believes his crackpot theory. I mean, how desperate are Democrats becoming? Moore completely invented this fantasy, that Trump is being held hostage by Russia. Did it occur to him for a minute that's impossible? President Trump and his family are protected by the U.S. Secret Service. On top of that, Trump uses his own private security. That's not to mention the layers of the military that daily and nightly watch over the White House and other federal offices. Where or when did the Russians take him hostage? To believe his bogus idea, you have to believe that our government and security agents are all bought and owned by Russia. It would take such a leap of logic, you'd have to give up on reality. But that's just par for the course these days, for Democrats. And if it were even true, why would that mean Trump should be removed from office? If Moore's theory was correct, Trump is a victim. Wouldn't that mean he should be helped, not punished? Wow, Moore is really doing the mental gymnastics with this one. What's truly sad is how many soft-brained idiots were quick to accept Moore's warped theory. Many of his followers chimed in on his ridiculous idea. It shows you how much the left has fallen. Democrats are no longer intelligent, caring Americans, if they ever were. They are a party of weak-minded, entitled, bratty cretins. At least a few patriots were on hand to put Moore in his place. We still don't know if Moore takes his own words seriously. But hopefully,